Hi there, welcome back to the Football Spy Show, sponsored by our friends at Renault.co.uk, and there's a common theme running through the deals involving the big players today. Deadlock at Chelsea's move for the Benfica defender David Luiz has broken down because Benfica believe they can get more money out of the champions than the £21.5 million Chelsea have already offered. Liverpool and Ajax are waiting to see who will blink first over the striker Luiz Suarez, with the Reds totally unwilling to meet the ludicrous £30 million asking price, and Liverpool also involved in a standoff with Blackpool, who are demanding £12 million for the midfielder Charlie Adam, even though he's got 18 months left on his contract and he's had a transfer request rejected. A whole host of clubs involved in a standoff with Manchester City over the winger Sean Wright-Phillips. City want £4 million for him, but the likes of Fulham, Bolton and Newcastle want to take him on loan. City don't want to loan him out and basically want to wash their hands of him, despite paying around £10 million for him from Chelsea 3 years ago. Our information is that they are even willing to let him go on a free to encourage more clubs to meet his 65 grand a week wages. Watch this space. Now here's a story for you. Reports coming out of Scotland suggest the Rangers keeper Alan McGregor could be on his way to Arsenal. We're hearing that scouts from the Emirates were at Easter Road last night to watch Rangers' 2-0 win over Hibernian. Globe Sport in Brazil telling us that West Brom keen on the former Borussia Dortmund and Real Zaragoza striker Youathon. He's 29. He's a free agent after coming to a mutual agreement to cancel his contract with the Brazilian club Palmeiras 3 weeks ago. Reports coming out of Portugal are telling us that West Brom are showing an interest in the Sporting Lisbon centre-half Nuno Coelho. He's 25 and never mind defending. They tell me he scored an amazing goal from the halfway line back in August last year. Apparently West Brom want him on loan until the end of the season, but Sporting only keen on a permanent deal. Genoa, Palermo and Trabzonspor also in for him. Just one more for the time being. We're hearing Blackpool have tied up the signing of the Nîmes fullback Salahuddin Sabai on a 6-month deal. We told you about him earlier this week. Time for your messages. And Righties in the South Staffordshire here in the UK. He says here, I think Kenny Dalglish is a great manager for the short term for Liverpool, but not for the long term. I believe it should be Marco van Basten, because Fernando Torres has him as his idol. He'll motivate him, and that motivation will flow through the squad, and he is very well respected. Not sure I agree with that, Righty. I think Torres respects King Kenny as well. To Ken Howes in Thirroul, Australia, Michael Owen and Paul Scholes not going to be leaving Man United for Australia this month, even though they have had some interest from clubs out there. Things could change in the summer, however. We've got another Ken here. Ken Sato is in Japan, brings us news from the Asian Cup, where there are lots of Premier League players, but also some very good Asian players too. Ken says here, the media over here are reporting that scouts have been sent from England to watch several promising players from Japan, including the CSKA Moscow midfielder Kazuki Honda, who's been linked with Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa and Atletico Madrid. Shinji Kagawa, who plays for Dortmund, he's been linked with Manchester United, and Yuto Nagatomo, who plays for Cesena, who's been linked with Man United, Birmingham, Juventus and the Spanish club Villarreal. Ken in Japan says, I recommend you keep an eye on Nagatomo, since I see him becoming one of the best left backs in the world. No joke, he puts here. Well, we will do, but I've got to tell you already, Ken, our men tell me here in the office that Nagatomo is already on the radar of AC Milan, but his parent club Tokyo FC wants €7 million. There's also an agreement in place with Cesena to get a first refusal on Nagatomo when his loan ends in the summer. Just also to say on that, we're hearing that Shinji Kagawa, who we mentioned before on the show, Man United linked with him, broken his metatarsal at the Asian Cup. He's going to be out for some time. I'm going to do just one more of your messages, and I'm only sorry we don't have another Premier League shirt to send to the guy who's been in touch and has asked us to refer to him as Mr. Big. We haven't got another shirt for you, but we do have this, which I'm going to send to you. It's a Mirror Football shirt, which Patrick, our cameraman's managed to find for you. So we're going to send that one out to you. Let's take you around Europe now, and in Germany, the Bundesliga club Freiburg have warned any potential suitors of the striker Papi Cisse that he will not be sold this month. Also in Germany, we're hearing Werder Bremen, Spurs beat them in the Champions League. They're keen on taking the winger Nico Cranchar away from White Hart Lane. In Spain, Barcelona have joined Manchester United in the race for the Ajax defender Gregory van der Wiel. He's 22 and rated among the best players in Dutch football. And just sticking with Barca, it's been confirmed that Sergio Busquets signed a new contract up to 2015. In Italy, Corriere dello Sport report AC Milan keen on the Espanyol left-back Rosselló Di Davia. He'd cost £1.5 million. Tutto Sport in Italy are reporting that the 17-year-old Sao Paulo attacker Lucas Piazon is very, very likely to go to Juventus, even though Chelsea are keen on him. And just one more from Serie A, because Roma very keen on the 34-year-old former Juventus midfielder Mauro Camoranesi, according to Sport. He's had his contract terminated at Stuttgart, but he actually wants to join Hercules to team up again with David Trezeguet, whom he played with at Juve. Back here in England, we're hearing Fulham in advanced talks to take the left-back Paul Konchesky home to London. Konchesky had a very unhappy time at Anfield, with the fans up there unimpressed with his ability. This one's interesting. Newcastle keen on the Fiorentina striker Adrian Mutu, according to the publication Metro here in London. He's 32, sacked by Chelsea 6 years ago, and still a good player, and he should go for around about £2 million. The Mail say that Blackburn's bad boy. Try saying that 3 times. El Hadj Diouf being linked with the Turkish club Konyaspor. Lots of papers here in England suggesting Blackpool want Fulham's Zoltan Gera as a replacement for Charlie Adam. Mirror Football reporting today that Bolton are now neck and neck with Valencia in the race to sign Arsenal striker Carlos Vela on loan. And we're also hearing Spurs striker Robbie Keane very close to moving to West Ham on loan. Now then, competition time, and you know how it goes by now. We want you to predict the scores in the following FA Cup ties this coming weekend. They are Everton against Chelsea, Arsenal against Huddersfield, Notts County against Man City, and Fulham against Tottenham. We need the total number of goals scored in all 4 games. If you get it right and we pick you, then you win the Premier League shirt of your choice, you win the football that we showed you yesterday, and you win the boots we showed you as well. 1 winner, 3 prizes in our final Football Spy competition, sponsored by our friends at Renault.co.uk of the January transfer window. Hundreds of entries pouring into us here on the 22nd floor. On YouTube, Sejku is in Malaysia, thinks there will be 9 goals scored. So too does Jag W 1996 in Mexico, and Tai Hafai in Hong Kong. Fatso Blitz is in Dublin in Ireland, says 16 goals. On our email, spy@mirror.co.uk, Richard Ichanga is in Frankfurt in Germany, says there'll be 13 goals scored. Chris Blaze is an Arsenal fan in Hackney, near where I used to live, says 19 goals. Robert Mudell is in Clarendon, Jamaica, a Chelsea fan, says that 11 goals are going to be scored. Nazarin's in Singapore, says 10 goals. And NASA Snowbar is in Ottawa, Canada, and says 13 goals will be scored. Lots of emails too on the Mirror Football website. Keep them coming. And just a thought here, it's great to see so many of you getting in touch from all around the world. As you know, the Football Spy show comes to an end on Monday, which is deadline day. If you want to send us a picture of yourself where you live to include on the show, on Monday's show, feel free to do so. We're going to have 5 shows on Monday. Email us at spy@mirror.co.uk. Obviously, don't endanger yourself or anyone else, but try and get something in that shows us where you're from, and we'll show as many pictures as we can on deadline day. As I say, 5 shows spread throughout the day on Monday. The deadline is 11 p.m. Remember, the address is spy@mirror.co.uk. Also, whatever you do, remember to include your shirt size with your competition entries, your boot size, and, as I said before, where you're getting in touch from. Rob is in the Spy office waiting to update you on all the breaking transfer news. The Football Spy show is back tomorrow. I'll see you next time.